Okay, good morning. I'm Sadia. Today I'm going to teach my student the grammar of the auxiliary verb. The first one is can, could, and finally is be able to. And here's my lesson plan. For the objectives, after completing the course, students will learn the difference of can, could, and be able to, and using the auxiliary verb in a rational way. And students' vocabulary level is 800 to 1,000 words. And there are 26 grade elementary students. And the time of the class is about 60 minutes. And I will use worksheet, pictures, website, and computer as the materials and equipment. The procedure of my lesson plan, the first step is warm up, and then introduction, and following is one activity and one exercise, and finally is evaluation. For the warm-up, at the beginning of the class, I will ask my student to think about the difference between these two sentences. Can you help me up? And can you help me? And could you help me? And then students have to share their own opinions with their peers and the teacher after discussing. And the first one, I will introduce the can. And I will briefly introduce the usage of the can. And the first one is students can use can to talk about a possibility and ability and make requests. And finally, they also can use can for ask for and give permission. Then I will use a chart to introduce the structure of a can. And then I will point out 2 points that students have to be carried out. The first one is can is an invariable verb, and there is only one form of can. And when you use the can, the main verb is always the bare infinitive. Then I will teach them how to use the word. When you use can for a possibility and ability, for example, Nancy can drive a car. It means you use can to describe an ability. And can you hear me? And it means you use can for a possibility. And when you want to use can for orders, for example, can you make our coffee, please? And I will tell students when you use can for a permission is an informal way, because formally we use could, might, or yes. And so when you say can I smoke in this room, it's also okay, but it's not really informal. And then the second auxiliary verb is could. Could is talk about a past possibility and ability, and you also can use could to make a request. And then could is a past tense of the can. So if you want to talk about a past possibility and ability, you can use the could. For example, I could swim when I was 5 years old. And could you understand what he was saying? And when you for a request, it's a formal way. Could you tell me where the bank is, please? And could you send me a catalog, please? In a general ability, when we talk about the past, we use could as a positive and couldn't for the negative. But when you want to talk about a specific occasion, when you have to use be able to for positive and couldn't for the negative. Be able to actually is not an auxiliary verb, but I teach students here because sometimes we use be able to instead of the can or could. Then I also use a chart to talk about the structure. And for the can and could, it's just only one form because they are invariable. But for the be able to, it's possible to for all tenses. And then I will give the example for the different tenses. And after introduction, and I will ask them to have a pair work, and the student have to ask their partner if she or he can do these things. For example, can you play the piano? And can you run 5 kilometers? Okay. And according to the syllabus, I will make a test on the Blackboard. The student has to take this online. Here, a student have to write down the answer here, and then okay. And finally, I will give students a worksheet as an assignment, and the student have to finish them at home, and they have to hand in the assignment at the next class, and I will check the answer for them. And that's all my presentation. Thank you.